Hey everyone, welcome to our first episode of the machine learning series. Today, we're going to talk about a powerful tool that's been making waves in the data science and machine learning communities, Google Colab. So what is Google Colab? It's a free cloud-based platform for data science, machine learning, and education. With Colab, you can create Jupyter notebooks, access powerful hardwares like GPUs, and even collaborate with others in real time. Some of the key features that make Colab so attractive is that there's no setup or installation required. You just need to sign in into your Google account and you're good to go. It provides an instant access to powerful hardware for data-intensive tasks, easy sharing and collaboration with others, and is a cost-effective solution for small-scale projects. So why should you use Google Colab? Well, aside from the convenience and cost-effectiveness, Colab offers some amazing benefits. For one, it's a great way to get started with data science or machine learning without having to set up your own infrastructure. And if you're already working on a project, Colab can be a huge time saver. No more worrying about hardware compatibility or installation issues. Now that we've covered the basic, let's create a new notebook in Google Colab. First, sign in with your Google account and click on the New Notebook button. You can choose from various templates or start from scratch. It's up to you. In this example, since I'm already logged in, I'm just gonna click on New Notebook button. Now that we have our notebook set up, let's write some simple Python code. For this example, we'll just use the print function. Run the code by clicking on the Run button or pressing Command Enter if you're on a Mac or Control Enter if you're on Windows or Linux. You should see the output Hello World. This is a great way to get started with Python and Colab. One of the most powerful features of Google Colab is its ability to install libraries using pip. Let's say we want to install TensorFlow. We can do that with the following code. Run the code and you should see the installation process complete. Additional code cells are executed using that same runtime, resulting in a rich interactive coding experience in which you can use any of the functionality that Python offers. For example, here we define a variable containing a range of 10 numbers. In the next cell, we'll loop through this range, printing the square of each number. For convenience, we'll use the Command Enter or Control Enter shortcut rather than the play button to execute the cell. Cell outputs are not limited to simple text, however. They can contain any number of dynamic rich outputs. For example, we can search Colab's built-in library of code snippets and insert code to create an interactive data visualization. This particular visualization is created with Altair, one of several third-party visualization libraries that Colab supports. Colab notebooks can be shared like a Google Doc. And for this purpose, it's useful to use text cells to provide narrative around the code you've executed. Text cells are formatted using Markdown, a plain text document format that's rendered on the page. Markdown format is simple and powerful, allowing you to add headings, paragraph, lists, and even mathematical formula. If you would like to share your notebooks with others, you can do so via Google Drive sharing or even by exporting your notebook to GitHub. This notebook is stored in the standard Jupyter notebook format, and so the notebooks you create can be viewed and executed in Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, and other compatible frameworks. That's it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction to Google Colab. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.